What is research design? Research design is the plan or blueprint of a research study. In simple words, research design is a systematic plan that guides the researcher from the beginning to the end of the research work. A good research design helps in obtaining accurate, reliable, and valid results. Research design is the overall plan or framework of a research study. It explains how the research will be conducted, what methods will be used, what data will be collected, and how it will be analyzed. In simple words, research design is a blueprint that guides the researcher at every stage of the research. A research design helps the researcher decide what type of research to conduct, what methods to use, what data to collect, and how to interpret the results. It ensures that the research is systematic, organized, and objective. In legal research, a proper research design is essential for studying laws, case decisions, and their impact on society in a reliable manner. Thus, research design plays a crucial role in achieving accurate findings and meaningful conclusions, making it an important part of legal and academic research. Chief components of research design. The chief components of research design are the basic elements that together form the structure of a research study. These components help the researcher plan and conduct the research in a systematic and organized manner. They guide the researcher in deciding what is to be studied, how the study will be carried out, and how the results will be analyzed. In legal research, these components ensure clarity, objectivity, and reliability. A well-planned research design with clearly defined components helps in achieving the research objectives effectively and in reaching valid and meaningful conclusions. Research problem. A research problem is a clear statement of the issue or question that a researcher wants to study. It defines what the research is about and forms the foundation of the entire research work. Without a proper research problem, research cannot be conducted in a systematic and meaningful manner. In legal research, a research problem may relate to a defect in law, conflicting judicial decisions, social impact of a legal rule, or difficulties faced in the implementation of laws. The research problem should be clear, specific, relevant, and researchable. It should not be too broad or too narrow. Identifying a research problem involves observing legal issues, studying existing laws and cases, and reviewing literature to find gaps or unresolved questions. A well-defined research problem helps in setting objectives, framing a hypothesis, choosing the research method, and collecting relevant data. Conclusion. The research problem is the starting point of research. A clearly defined research problem provides direction, focus, and purpose to the study and ensures that the research produces useful and reliable results. Objectives of research. These state what the researcher aims to achieve through the study. Objectives of research refer to the specific goals or aims that a researcher wants to achieve through the study. They clearly state why the research is being conducted and what the researcher intends to find out. Objectives give direction and focus to the research work. In legal research, objectives may include understanding a legal concept, analyzing a law or judicial decision, examining the effectiveness of a legal provision, or suggesting reforms. Objectives should be clear, precise, and achievable. They should be framed in simple language and be directly related to the research problem. Well-defined objectives help the researcher in selecting the research method, collecting relevant data, and analyzing information properly. They also help in evaluating whether the research has been successfully completed. Conclusion. Objectives of research are essential because they guide the entire research process. Clear objectives ensure systematic study, meaningful findings, and useful conclusions in legal research. Hypothesis, if any. A tentative assumption or educated guess that the research seeks to test. A hypothesis is a tentative assumption or an educated guess made by the researcher to explain a research problem. It predicts a possible relationship between variables and can be tested, verified, or rejected through research. A hypothesis is framed when the research problem requires testing of assumptions. In legal research, a hypothesis helps in giving clear direction to the study. It focuses the research on specific issues and prevents unnecessary collection of data. A hypothesis is usually framed after identifying the research problem and reviewing existing literature. However, a hypothesis is not compulsory in every research. In descriptive or doctrinal research, a hypothesis may not be required. It is mainly used in analytical, empirical, or socio-legal research. Example: legal awareness programs improve access to justice. Conclusion: a hypothesis plays an important role in research by guiding investigation and analysis. When properly framed, it improves the quality, clarity, and reliability of legal research. Method of data collection. The method of data collection refers to the ways through which a researcher gathers information required for the research study. It is an important component of research design because the quality of research depends on accurate and relevant data. In legal research, data can be collected through doctrinal and non-doctrinal methods. Doctrinal data collection involves the study of books, statutes, case laws, journals, reports, and legal documents. This method is mainly used in theoretical and jurisprudential studies. Non-doctrinal or empirical data collection involves surveys, interviews, questionnaires, observations, and field studies. This method helps in understanding law in practice and its impact on society. The researcher must choose the method of data collection carefully according to the nature of the research problem and objectives. Proper data collection helps in correct analysis and reliable conclusions. Conclusion: the method of data collection is essential for effective research. Choosing the right method ensures accuracy, reliability, and usefulness of research findings. Sample design. It specifies who or what will be studied, such as selection of respondents or cases. Sample design refers to the plan or method used by a researcher to select a small group, sample, from a larger population for study. Since it is often not possible to study the entire population, a sample is chosen to represent the whole group. A good sample design ensures that the results of the research are reliable and applicable to the population. In legal and socio-legal research, the sample may include judges, lawyers, litigants, police officers, or members of the public. Sample design involves deciding the size of the sample, the method of selection, and the type of sampling. Common methods include random sampling, purposive sampling, and convenience sampling. A proper sample design saves time, cost, and effort, and helps in collecting accurate data. If the sample is poorly chosen, the research findings may be biased or unreliable. Conclusion: sample design is an important part of research design. A carefully selected sample helps in obtaining valid and meaningful results and strengthens the quality of research. Method of data analysis. It explains how the collected data will be analyzed and interpreted. It refers to the process of examining, organizing, and interpreting the data collected during research. It helps the researcher to understand the data, test the hypothesis, if any, and reach meaningful conclusions. It is essential to ensure that research findings are accurate and reliable. In legal research, data analysis may be qualitative or quantitative. Qualitative analysis involves studying legal texts, statutes, case laws, judgments, and opinions to understand meanings, principles, and reasoning. Quantitative analysis involves analyzing numerical data collected through surveys or questionnaires using percentages, tables, or simple statistics. The researcher chooses the method of analysis according to the nature of the research problem, objectives, and type of data collected. Correct analysis helps in answering research questions clearly and in drawing logical conclusions. Conclusion: method of data analysis is a vital part of research design. Proper analysis of data ensures clarity, accuracy, and usefulness of research results and strengthens the overall quality of legal research.